Hello, welcome to the eighth video in this GIS lab video training session. In this video, we are going to talk about georeferencing. So before I jump into the detail on georeferencing, let me quickly refresh your mind about what georeferencing is all about. By some authors, georeferencing is defined as the process of making a digital map overlap its original coordinate environment, just as it will be in the real world. Okay, maybe this definition sounds confusing. Let me use what we have done in the previous video to explain the concept of georeferencing. Here we have students' data, student shapefile, representing the same coordinate environment with this image file. So this student file and this image file are actually in the same coordinate environment. But if I zoom to the raster image, I will not be able to see the student's location. If I zoom to the student's location, I will not see the raster image. This is because they are on different location on the map view area. So now what I'm about to do using georeferencing is to overlay the raster image on the student's location so that it will occupy its original coordinate environment, just as it should be in the real world. After all, these students' location were picked from places within the town, just as it is on the real world. So this student's location are supposed to appear some places around here, not far away and outside the map or outside the raster image. So in order for us to achieve this georeferencing, we have what we call control points on our image. For this project, we have 6 control points, label A, B, C, D, E, and F. This is control point B. Control point C is somewhere around here. This is C. And D, let me come to D, is somewhere down in the opposite direction. This is E. It's actually pointing to the point somewhere around here. Let me zoom out so that we see E and F, D and E. So let me zoom in. This is control point D, and control point F is somewhere here. So now we have our control points scattered all over our raster image, and the coordinates of those control points are in our GIS folder on our C drive, GIS project, and inside others folder. When you open it, we have Nasarawa town coordinates. So these are actually coordinates of the control points. So when you open up the file, you will see the coordinates of the control points. So for the control point A, which is middle of bridge, at somewhere here, just as you can see, this is the middle of this bridge. So this first control point is here, and the parameter for that control point are listed below. So we are not going to be using geographical coordinates. So we are going to be using the rectangular or projected coordinate system. So we are going to be using the eastings and northeast instead of longitude and latitude. So please ignore these eastings and longitude and latitude. What we are going to be using is eastings and northeast. So for control point A, these are the parameters we are going to use. Then if you zoom to control point B, which is somewhere here, control point B is located at the middle of a junction, just as it is described somewhere here. And this is the parameter for control point B. The eastings and northern are listed below. Then for control point C, we have the eastings and the northern also. For D, the same thing. E, F is the same thing. And then we have some other controls to verify our georeference. So if time permits, we may use some of this to verify our georeference. So now let's start with the georeferencing process. So our target is to make this raster to be in the same environment with this student's location, because actually these students' location are on the correct coordinate environment, but the raster is not on the correct coordinate environment. So now, in order for you to georeference your raster image in Quantum GIS, that is what we call georeferencer. So you need to locate your georeferencer window. But before then, let me quickly introduce something new to you. In Quantum GIS, that is what we call plugins. Just as you can see the name here, as a menu, plugins menu. So plugins are little programs or functions that are found within Quantum GIS. And these plugins can either come by default with the program or can be gotten from a third party and then installed in the program. So in order for you to get third-party plugins and install in Quantum GIS, you need to use this option. When you come to plugins menu, then you use fetch Python plugins. So when you click on it, you'll be able to find, search for plugins and install them in Quantum GIS. However, this is not what we're after. What we're after is to show you how to enable and disable the georeferencer. So if you have installed a plugin in Quantum GIS, or a plugin that comes in Quantum GIS by default, could be managed from the plugins menu under manage plugins. So when you come to the plugins menu and then you select manage plugins, you'll be able to manage plugins that are available in Quantum GIS. So this georeferencer we are about to use to georeference our raster image is actually a plugin. And with Quantum GIS 1.8, the georeferencer plugins comes by default during the installation. It is not developed by a third party, but there are other third party georeferencer plugins available for you to install. So now the georeferencer could be accessed from the raster menu. Under raster, you will see georeferencer. Then we have the georeferencer here. So this is the dialog box we are going to use to georeference our raster image. So just in case, if your own is missing, maybe you come to raster and then you cannot find georeferencer here, then it means the georeferencer has not been enabled on your Quantum GIS application. So this is what I mean. When you come to plugin manager, the plugin menu, then manage plugins, then from the filter option you can search for georeferencer. So here we are. This is the georeferencer. So note that it is checked. If this place is blank, it means it is not enabled on your application. So if it is checked, you should find it under the raster. But if it is not checked, you have to check it and then click on OK. So now let me uncheck it and then click on OK. By the time you go back to raster now, it should not be there. You will not be able to find georeferencer option there, just the way we have it. So the georeferencer dialog box or the georeferencer option will be missing because we have disabled it from the Manage Plugin Manager. So the Quantum GIS Plugin Manager will enable you to disable and enable plugins. So you can see the georeferencer plugin is disabled. So if I check it now to enable it and I click on OK, if I go back to my raster menu, it will be there. So please, just in case, if you cannot find your georeferencer under the raster menu, please follow the instructions. Go to the plugin menu, then manage plugins, then search for georeferencer, and then make sure it's checked. If it's not checked, check it and then click on OK. Doing that will enable you to see the georeferencer option under the raster menu. So let's go ahead with the georeferencer. From the raster menu, come to georeferencer, then select georeferencer. So the georeferencer dialog box will now appear. From the georeferencer dialog box, you go to file menu, then click on open raster. Or you can simply click on the open raster button from here. Anyone you do is all the same. So file, open raster. So from the open raster dialog box, you will now navigate to wherever you have saved your image. Our raster image is on our C drive, inside the GIS project folder, and then inside the rasters folder. So open the rasters folder and then select our raster image. Then click on open. So the raster data will be added into your georeferencer dialog box. So you can zoom using the zoom button. You can zoom in using the zoom button. Zoom out using the zoom button. And you can zoom to previous extent or layer extent. So this is our raster image. So we have added the raster into our georeferencer dialog box. Now, for us to start georeferencing, we need to apply these coordinates, the coordinate of each control point, to its corresponding control point on the raster image from the georeferencer dialog box. In order for us to do that, you use this particular button called Add Point. You can also locate the button from the Edit menu, Add Point, and the shortcut to it is Ctrl A. So Add Point, you can see the point is active. Then you now click at the center of the control point. But before then, make sure you zoom in closely to the control point. Then click on Add Control Point or Ctrl A. Then click at the center of the control point. When you click at the center of the control point, you'll be presented with this Enter Map Coordinate dialog box. So remember that easting is for X and nodding is for Y. So go back to where you have the coordinates of your control points and then copy the control points for that point A. Easting for A. Then paste it in the corresponding box. Easting is for A. Easting is for X. Then nodding is for Y. Then go back and then copy that of Y. That is nodding for A. And then paste. Then click on OK. You will see that a point will be added at the center of the control point on the georeferencer dialog box. And you will see that the point will also be added inside the georeferencer point table. So now zoom back to point B, to control point B. Control point B is somewhere here. Zoom in closely. Then now add control point. Click once. Then go and grab the coordinates of control point B. Get the easting. Then paste. Then go back and get the easting. Get the nodding for B. And then paste. Then click on OK to add the control point. Then zoom back to control point C. C is somewhere here. Then add control point. Click at the center once. Then go and grab the coordinates of control point C. Copy. Then paste. Copy the noddings. Then paste. Then click on OK. Repeat the same thing for D. Add control point. Then copy the coordinates for D. X is for easting. And then Y is for northern. Then click on OK. Then repeat the same thing for the last two control points. That is E and F. Control point E is somewhere here. Here we go. Pick add control point, add point, click at the center, then go and grab the coordinates of the control point. X for easting, and then northern is for Y. Click on OK. Then let's do for the last control point, which is control point F. And F is somewhere around here. So go and get the coordinates. Copy the easting of control point F. Then add point. Then paste. Then go back and copy the Nordics. Then paste. Then click on OK. So we have successfully added the 6 control points, just as you can see them on the raster image on our georeferencer dialog box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see them here listed in the control point, ground control point table. So if you make a mistake, you can actually double click and change the digits as you wish. You can even delete or remove the digits. Double click to edit the values. So if you are done with your adding of the control points, the next thing you do is to start georeferencing. And how do you start georeferencing? You simply click on this button, start georeferencing, or you go to the file menu and then select start georeferencing. So it will prompt you to select transformation type. So click on OK, and then the transformation setting dialog box will now appear. So in the first option, transformation type, leave it on linear. Linear is just okay. Resampling method, neighborhoods, it's okay. Then compression, none. Create word file. If you want to create a word file, you check it. But if you don't want to, you leave it empty. Then output raster. Where do you want to save the output raster? That's the georeference or modified raster. So you click on the browse button to select where you want to save it. So let's save it in our project inside the raster folder. And then we are going to call it Nasarawa Town georeferenced, so that we will distinguish it from the ungeoreferenced image. So Nasarawa Town georeferenced is the georeferenced image, while the one without georeferenced is not the georeferenced image. So click on save. Then target SRS. If you want to, you add it. Generate PDF map. If you want to, you add it. Then generate PDF report. If you want to, you select it and save it. Resolution 2. If you want to adjust it, you adjust it. But my own is just okay, so I don't need to. Then use 0 frequency when needed. just leave it blank. Then load in Quantum GIS. That means after georeferencing the entire raster image, it will load it into your layer, into your Quantum GIS layer panel as a layer, as a raster layer. So if you don't want to load it immediately, you uncheck it. But this time around, I want to load it immediately. So check it, and it will load it after the georeferencing. So now click on OK to start the georeferencing. Okay. So the georeferencing process has begun, and it will take some time to complete, depending on the size of your raster data and the number of the control points you have added onto it. So now the georeferencing process is completed, and as you can see, it has added the georeferenced image onto our layer panel, just as you can see. So now you can close the georeference dialog box. You have finished using it. If you want to save the ground control point, you click on yes on save to save it. But if you don't want to, you close it, you discard. So here we have 3 data on our layer panel: the Nasarawa georeferenced image, and then the ungeoreferenced image, and then the student's shapefile. So now let's zoom to the georeferenced image. Right click and zoom to the georeferenced image. So here we are on the georeferenced image. Let's zoom back to the ungeoreferenced image. So can you see the difference? Okay, you cannot see the difference because you cannot see the points we claim to appear on the raster image after georeferencing. This is because the point is hidden under the raster image. So now move the student shapefile layer above the raster images. So I'll drag this down and also drag this down. So I make sure that the shapefile layer is above the raster images. So now zoom to the layer extent of the georeference image, and then you will now see that the control points or the student's location are placed on different places on the georeferenced image. When you zoom back to the ungeoreferenced image, you will not see the student's control points. You will not see the control points. You will not see the student's location, sorry. So, but if you zoom to the georeference image, you will see the student's location lying on the raster image. So it means our image has been successfully moved to its original coordinate environment, just as it will be in the real world. So now you can go ahead and remove the ungeoreferenced layer, ungeoreferenced raster layer. So now we have our georeferenced image here, and we have the student's location, which is well placed on our raster data. You can zoom in closely to see what you have. So here we go. These are the student's location on different places on the map, and we have our raster data georeference. So you can click on save. This is the save button, or you can click on file menu and then save projects to make sure that you save your changes. So now let me take you back to our folder where we saved our raster data so that you will see what has happened. If you remember, inside our raster folder, what we used to have was just this single image, which is on georeference. So, and this is the modified image that has been georeferenced, and as you can see, we save it in this folder when we are georeferencing it. So this is the georeference image, and this is the ungeoreferenced image. So please take note of this. So I'm going to stop here for the purpose of this video tutorial, because the video is getting too long, and I hope you have understood the concept of georeferencing in GIS. So now, I wish you all the best in georeferencing, and I hope you are going to join me in my next video. Thank you, and have a nice day.